Hey everybody, AlaskanBeard here, and today we have another unboxing. This time we have Horizon Forbidden West. I'm a day late filming this because it got here at like 5 p.m. yesterday, but nonetheless, on my table, just out of frame, I have Horizon Forbidden West Collector's Edition. I did try to get the edition above this, but it sold out like immediately. I've actually had this on pre-order for quite a while, and at time of filming, maybe 2 weeks before, it was still available for purchase. So hey, if you like what you see, maybe you can still pick it up. But yeah, so Horizon Forbidden West, for anybody under a rock, I suppose, is the sequel to Guerrilla Games' Horizon Zero Dawn, which came out on the PS4 many moons ago and was a smash hit. Well received, widely loved, and plenty of people played it. So yeah, the sequel looks to be pretty well made from what I've seen online, and let's hope the same for the physical edition. Let's start by going over the box. On the cover here, we've just got some kind of elephant machine, as well as enemies riding what I believe is a charger. Aloy, geometric pattern, no game disc, which I'm really annoyed about. You could buy the game disc up to a steelbook, I believe. I'll correct myself on screen if I'm wrong, but anything above a steelbook does not come with a game disc, which is really shitty. Like, why would I buy a collector's edition if I don't want the disc? Who do you think you're selling a collector's edition to? I want physical media, that's why I'm buying this. So, no disc, really sucks. I thought about buying the steelbook, but I didn't really think I needed to shell out another $80 on top of the $200 that I was already paying for the collector's edition. That just seems a little absurd, but I might pick it up used down the road. We'll see. Flipping it over onto the side. Oh, is this the side or is this the top? We have tape here. I haven't gone and cut the tape yet. So this might open in an odd way. Let's go to the back. Yeah, I think it does. This must be like a clamshell of some kind, because there's tape like on all sides. Oh, I bet it's a slipcover. I bet that's what we're looking at. And then on the back here, we've got Horizon Forbidden West includes steelbook display case for your not disc, mini art book, tremor tusk, and Aloy statues. Kind of nice that they included two, but I'm curious to see like how big the Aloy statue is in comparison to everything else. Like, would it look weird displayed on its own? Does it need to be a set piece with the tremor tusk? Who knows? Digital content, yeehaw, which is the full game for PS4 and PS5, digital soundtrack, Horizon Zero Dawn Volume 1, the Sunhawk digital comic book. I have to look and see if that's physically available. That might be a cool pickup also. In-game items, extras in photo mode, which I've literally never used except by accident. In-game items unlocked via story progression, which are the Apex Claw Strider Machine Strike piece. Say that 5 times fast. Resources pack, Karja Behemoth Elite outfit and shortbow, Nora Thunder Elite outfit and sling. Interesting. The armor design looks to be a little chunkier than last time. I noticed a lot of the armors were not revealing because they weren't, but they were just like thin material, kind of skimpy. Not skimpy, skimpy's the wrong word, but they weren't very substantial. So these look to be a little chunkier. And then on this side, we have a tremor tusk, and then we would be back to the front. On the top here, we have Horizon Forbidden West Collector's Edition. I wonder if this is supposed to be read Horizon 2 Forbidden West. I bet it is. I came unprepared though, so I'm gonna go grab a knife. All right, our trusty dull box cutter has been obtained. So let's go ahead and cut all of the tape around the edges. I should mention before I open this, this did receive just a tiny, tiny bit of damage on the corners here during shipping. All 4 corners are like that. But other than that, it arrived pretty much intact. It was in a form-fitting box and it had some cardboard supports on each corner. So I don't think it had it on the bottom though, which is probably why those got a little marked up and the top corners were fine. But I figured I'd mention that before we continue on. All right, how? It is not a slipcover, but a box. And I did not need to cut all sides. So we have some obviously stylized art. This is definitely not in game. So let's go ahead and so let's go ahead and look. We got some art of Aloy on a beach, which is a pretty normal-ish setting. We have, I don't actually know what these creatures are called, but they were in Horizon 1. They're not the Glinthawks, they're the big bomber bird looking things. This could be, oh, this looks like it might be the Golden Gate Bridge. We have another more close-up of a bird with one of the, what are they, Heloses? The reproducing machines. And then we've got some kind of velociraptor looking gentleman. And then on top we have the rest of the frame. And I think that this slides off top. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is massive. Like, the whole thing is just the tremor tusk. So do you just, yeah, you will. Okay. So it looks like we've got a drawer here as well as the tremor tusk. So let's get him or her out. And I'll sit it on the floor for the moment. Then we have instructions for the statue, I assume. Yes, we do have statue instructions. It's using the 3D model for the statue for the instructions, which I think is really, really cool. Like, I don't know, it's just, yes, it's the best way to show it because you can like obviously just remove these parts from your model and do whatever you want with them. But the fact that this is probably their 3D model is really cool. Then just handle pieces with care, warning, warning, extra caution so we don't get sued, that kind of stuff. And then we have some lovely tissue paper. The inside of this is a beautiful little sea environment. Make sure we can get this all in frame. And then, yeah, like I said, this little drawer here, I believe contains everything else that we're looking for. So, go ahead and open this. Yep. And so this is going to be our steelbook with digital content inside. These are just the game codes. I'll do my best not to show my game code that I do need off. And then I'm curious what's in the, oh, art book. Yes, yes, yes. Let's get close up with this. It's always a little hard to turn the pages while you're trying to hold the book up to a camera. Oh. Basically every video game comic is made by Dark Horse. Or like art book or production of any kind, really. So yeah, I don't know if I'll include the full flipping of the 48-page art book in there, but it was mostly finished art, I would say, more so than just concept art. There absolutely was a few pages of concept art, but it seemed more like design documents, maybe like reference images kind of thing. Like, here's this glorious set piece. Not that that can't be design art, but, or sorry, concept art, but it felt more polished than I'm used to. I mean, I wish it was a little bigger. I wish it was more than like a 7-inch book, but beyond that, I'm pretty satisfied with that art book. Really, you're paying for the statue here, or statues, I suppose, but I'm not gonna balk at the inclusion of an art book. And then, yeah, there's not anything inside here. I was gonna look, but it's pretty well hollow. So let's go ahead and put this back in its little drawer. Now we will set this off to the side and see if we need the instructions. Well, I don't know what the best way to film this is. Guess we'll film it from the top down. Oh, you're taped, because of course you are. Everything is taped. Unpackaged look at our elephant tusk. We've got tail, tusks, another tusk, Aloy over here on the right, and our big boy in the middle. Let's grab him, set him in the center for a second. Sometimes it's incredibly hard to get stuff out of molded plastic like this, but they did a pretty good job designing the actual packaging itself, so it's held in there, but it comes out with just a little bit of force. It's always appreciated with the little design pieces like that. And then we have, of course, Aloy is taped in. Got our little Aloy here. All right, so here are all our little parts and pieces that attach to our friend here. I will use the instructions for the sake of brevity. Okay. So the top appears to be these guys. The bottom appears to be these guys. They are color-coded, which is a really nice touch. So I believe they do go on relatively easily. They do just require a little force because they kind of go around the little ball joints that they sit on. So, easy enough. And we give him a little reach around. I think we give him a little reach around. Oh. This goes up top. This is his trunk, not a tail. I guess that makes sense. And here we have our completed, I don't even remember what he was called. Wow. But he looks phenomenal. I mean, awesome attention to detail. Sorry, I was grabbing the thing to focus my camera. Awesome attention to detail. Really nice coloring. He's not super sturdy, like, I mean, it's fine that these wiggle. I would kind of expect that, I suppose. But like, these should be a little bit more solid down here, these canisters. And things like this, I would hope are a little more rigid. Like, he's not the best plastic. I don't know if his arm's supposed to move. It feels like it might be, but I also do not want to break my almost $200 figurine. But yeah, he's really cool. And then I'll switch the top down here and we can just see kind of how they have it set up in their imagery. We've got Aloy next to our Mr. Elephant here. This trunk is awesome. I almost wish it was articulating. You know how like you have some of the bendy models that will stay in place? It would be really cool if the tusk was like that. But it's not, so oh well. The Aloy model, I mean, it's just really cheap in general, this Aloy model. Like, there we go. All right. So one of her eyes isn't painted, kind of like maybe she's supposed to be winking, but I don't really know if that's actually the case. Like, why would she be winking? Her bow's not drawn. She doesn't have an arrow nocked. I don't know. It just seems odd. It just kind of looks wrong, you know? And they did use actual string material for the bowstring, which is nice, but like, if I tweak this too much, this bow is gonna fall off. Likewise with the spear, like, this just bends. Not only is the spear itself flimsy, like, her arm is pretty flimsy too. Like, I don't know. I don't wanna, oh yeah. Look at that wiggle. So this is really cheaply made. Good detail for the most part, eye aside. I mean, like, her hair is well textured. There is a gradient, which I'm assuming is intentional to her hair. The skirt is well painted or extruded or whatever this is. There's plenty of fine details on here. There's a little bit you can see in the bow, but really it's not great. I'm curious, hold on one second. I apologize, this is extremely dirty and needs to be dusted, but what I was getting this for is, there, oh, focused for half a second. You can see like the runes and stuff carved into his axe handle. Yes, this is a little bit bigger, but I mean, look at the fine detail on here compared to that Aloy statue. And then if we come over here, I mean, like, yes, the bow is pretty flimsy, but it's also like, this is actually elastic. The bow curves back if you pull on it. Like, there's just so much more thought and attention to detail given to this statue. I mean, look at the eyes alone. Those tiny red pupils for the God of War. And I mean, look at the texturing on the scar. I'm only showing this as an example of another Sony IP. Obviously, they're not one for one, but another Sony IP that I have a statue for that is miles better than the quality on that Aloy. So, yeah, well, we'll see. Grab my little elephant man here for our outro. He's kind of cute, you know, in a menacing, I have rocket launchers on my back kind of way. But yeah, not gonna mince words. This collector's edition was $200. Yes, I got a game code, but it was just a game code. There was not a whole lot in the collector's edition. Like the last video I did, Cyberpunk, $50 more, I wanna say. And it had so much more. It had an arguably cooler statue. Like, yes, this is menacing, this is monstrous, this is very representative of the game. But the Cyberpunk statue was an action scene, which I think is infinitely cooler than just a set piece. Might be personal preference, but I enjoyed it more, and I'm the person that purchased this one, so. But yeah, I'm not super satisfied for 200 bucks. Let's call it 60 for the game code. So 140 bucks for an art book, an empty steel book, and 1.1 statues, because the Aloy is small and subpar quality. I mean, probably market, sure. Like, I feel like that is a fair value for the market, but not for the quality. You know what I mean? Like, if these were really well made, if they didn't feel cheap, if they didn't feel like wiggly places I don't think they should be, sure. 140 bucks plus 20, we'll call it 20 for that art book. That was a pretty small art book. Not a lot of editorial anything went into it. It's literally just images. 140 seems a little steep. 120 for these two statues, a little steep. Maybe 80 or 75. 75 seems like a fair price point for these two statues. So 95, 155 plus shipping, which I paid separately anyways. I would be happy with like a 155, 160 price point. 200, it's just a little steep. I don't feel like I got a great value out of it this time. So you win some, you lose some. I'm not gonna care in a couple months when I have this dope elephant sitting on top of my cabinets with the rest of my stuff. But right now, unboxing this for the first time, feel a little cheated with my 200 bucks spent. But oh well, you know, you win some, you lose some. But yeah, I've been AlaskanBeard. If you enjoyed this video, hit me with a thumbs up. Feel free to get subscribed if you want some more video game related videos. Hopefully they won't all be unboxings, but there will absolutely be more unboxings as we get some more cool games that come out with decent collector's editions. And thanks for watching.